Boy, yeah, hey, how y'all doing? My name is MajorSlack, and welcome back to MajorSlackVideos, here first off for titillating tactical gaming, and this is Shadow Warrior 2. Shadow Warrior 2 came out on PC last October, and it's due out on PS4 and Xbox very shortly. They just announced on the developer page, the developer Twitter page, that the certification process or something like that is complete, and the release date for PS4 and Xbox One is coming very shortly. So it's going to come to consoles very shortly. Okay, it's not just a PC game. I bought this quite a while back, and I was waiting for the console version so I could start doing walkthrough when everybody could play it, and I just couldn't wait any longer, and I started playing it last week. I love it. It's a fantastic game. If you want to see some gameplay, go on over to my state of the walkthrough address. I'll put a link in the video description. 40 minutes of gameplay. Shadow Warrior 2. This is basically a how to play Shadow Warrior 2. This is everything I wish I had seen before I started playing the game, because this game is very poorly documented. There's no game manual, there's no official game guide, and all the documentation online is really, pardon my French, piss poor. It's really bad. So I had to basically figure a lot of this out by trial and error, and it would have saved me a lot of time had somebody just like put together a quick how to play Shadow Warrior 2, either game guide or video or something like this. All right, so here we go. I've beaten the game on normal difficulty. A walkthrough is coming here on MajorSlackVideos. It's official. I'm doing a walkthrough of this. I'm gonna do it on hard, but I've beaten the game on normal completely. I've done it up to 93%, completed all the main missions, and I skipped 2 side missions, but you know, pretty much did almost the entire game and completed all the main missions and beat the final boss and got the end credits and everything. So that is my experience with the game. Let's load up this save here. Take us into the game, almost at the end of the game. This is basically a role-playing shooter. It's the perfect blend between Duke Nukem and Borderlands. Alright, it's got the absolute insane, absurd humor of Duke Nukem, even better than Duke Nukem, and it's very similar to Borderlands, except the thing with Shadow Warrior 2, it's all about upgrades. There's not as many weapons. I believe there's only 70 some odd weapons, but there's a bazillion upgrades, and there's also skills and a leveling up system with XP and whatnot. Okay, so it's basically just like that, but heavy emphasis on first-person shooter. Okay, heavy combat. All right, it's not like role-playing like Skyrim. Okay, this is heavy emphasis on the combat. Right, here you go. Let's rinse the game. Let's start with movement. The thing you're probably going to want to know is dash. Whatever the dash button is for you. It's basically, it defaults to sprint. On PC, it defaults to left shift, I believe. Movement, dash right here, left shift. Okay, so if you're going in any direction, just press the dash button and your character will shoot forward just a little bit. Or if you go sideways, you can like use this to dodge enemies. So it's not like, you know, you press it and he continually sprints. It's just kind of like a short burst forward. Alright? And you can repeatedly tap it to go quickly. I see a lot of guys doing this, but if you just want to sprint, they don't tell you this anywhere in the game, man. I haven't even seen it as a load screen to it. But if you just want to sprint, double tap the forward button. Double tap and hold. Okay? Double tap and hold, and your character will sprint like normally, as opposed to going like slowly like that. Okay, double tap, hold forward, double tap forward and hold, and you can sprint as long as you want, as long as you're holding down the forward button. Okay, that's something that they don't really tell you, and I kind of figured that out by accident early on in the game. Right, so that's how you sprint. Or dash. You can also dash in midair, but first I'll move on to jump. Jump is just like your basic jump button, okay? And you can jump while in midair to do a double jump. So jump, jump, go higher. And you can also dash while you're in midair. So you can go jump, jump, dash. So that's how you negotiate gaps, right? You're gonna have to like off to negotiate a gap. Okay, so jump, jump, dash over the gap. All right. That's that. Let's go to a sword. This is a sword. It's basically a mix between melee weapons and guns. Mostly guns, but some melee weapons. I'll show you the weapon screen later on. Okay, this is a sword. I believe it's called the... Let's take a look at it. The Blade of Exile. Right? Basically, press the attack button and you slash. Okay? And very early on in the game, I think right at the beginning of the first mission, you get these two special moves called Sting and Vortex. You can see these in your skills screen right here. Sting and Vortex. There's also these other skills, but these come online later on. But these two you always have. These are like basic for all swords, okay? Sting and Vortex. Sting is a special move. It's a charged move. Go press down the forward button and press your aim button, and you see that it slowly charges up. And then release the aim button and he does this stabbing attack. Okay, so once again, press forward, press the aim button, hold down the aim button, and release the aim button, and you do the stabbing attack. And you can release the aim button at any time, so you don't have to wait till it's fully charged, but you get more damage if you wait till it's fully charged, okay? This is an excellent move. That's number one. Number two is parry, which is something I beat the game and I rarely used it. Just press the reload button while you're using a sword, and he'll parry attacks. I rarely used it though. Vortex is another special move. It's very similar to Sting, except it's like a 360 spinning move. So press either right or left, and then press the aim button. Charges up, release, and he spins around. So it's great for going into like the middle of a group of enemies. Press right or left, hold down the aim button, and damages a whole bunch of enemies at once. I didn't find it nearly as useful as the Sting. Sting was far more useful, I found. Okay, so there's all your sword special moves. Some swords have special, where is that one there? The Blades of the Zaibatsu. These things here. Yeah, I believe these are the only ones that have that effect. So let's load those up. You get these very early on in the game. You get this as a reward for the second mission. By the way, minor spoilers. Okay, minor spoilers. Let's load this up. Blades of Zaibatsu. Okay, and these have like a ranged attack. Just press the attack button if you're not near an enemy, and it'll shoot out these kind of like what's known as a force slash. And as long as you've got plasma energy, you can continually do this. This is a pretty good weapon, and it also has all the special attacks that all other swords have, like Sting or Vortex. Right? So I believe that's the only other sword, that has, yeah, all the others are just regular swords. They all have their special properties, but they're all like melee properties. Alright? And I believe that covers everything in the movement department. Let's just check here. Dash, it did. Crouch, I rarely use it. Went through the whole game. It's not a toggle crouch. You have to hold down. But you can crouch. I have no idea how you would use this strategically, especially since it's not a toggle. Like I said, I never used it. I experimented with it a couple of times and I was going, what can you do with this really? Maybe take cover or something, I don't know. It's not even that much of a crouch. Look here, it's like, you know. So, yeah, it's there, but I never used it. Beat the game and never used it. That is that with basic movement. Let's go on to all the screens here. We'll go through these one by one, okay? The mission screen. Here's your like world map, and all these are locations of missions. All the green ones are missions that you completed, and you can go back and free roam in those locations after you've beaten the mission. Alright? Yellow guys here are main missions. Blue guys are side missions. Alright? once you start a mission, let's just start this one here. Heisenberg. Haha. Hands up if you know where that's from.
More killing? Well, okay.
One of my favorite TV series. Your main character, Lo Wang. I still try to figure out what nationality he is or what kind of accent he has. It's really weird. Half the time he sounds like he's from Brooklyn. Other times he sounds Asian. Other times he sounds British. I don't know, really. Whoops, I just discovered a crash bug with the Heisenberg 2 mission. This never happened before. So let's try another mission. Okay, let's abandon that. Here we go, one more thing. Side mission, let's see if this works. That's funny, I tried the Heisenberg 2 mission yesterday and it worked perfectly. I didn't complete it, but I managed to load it, no problem. And I just tried several other side missions and they all loaded. Every time I clicked on Heisenberg 2 though, the game would crash. That is the first crash I've experienced ever with this game. Played through the entire game, played almost all the side missions, completed all the main missions, 0 crashes. And I only experienced one glitch where an enemy clipped through the floor, and because he had clipped through the floor I was unable to kill him, and as a result I couldn't complete that mission. But they do have a backup save in the menu that you can load, so I loaded that and that's pretty good. Okay, so here we are in the side mission, one more thing, and it's pretty much open world. Let's just give you an example of some combat here. Some quick combat. I do have 40 minutes of combat in my... This is a big badass, okay. Yeah, in my State of the Walkthrough address.
Come here, you pussies!
This is a special build I developed called the Stealth Bomber. That's probably what I'm going to use when I do the walkthrough.
The fuck is the chi when you need it?
Okay, let me just get to a safe area here. So that's how you get to a mission. If you want to get out of the mission, all you have to do is press the teleport button. Press and hold the teleport button. Teleport back to town anytime you like. Just zap out of the mission. And when you go back to town, do business. And then when you want to go back to the mission, press your teleport button again. Press and hold. And you go right back to the mission. Pretty cool. So you can teleport out anytime you like. That's pretty much it for the mission screen. Yellow guys, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. Yellow missions are main missions. Blue missions are side missions. And any other mission that you completed, you can actually go back to the area and free roam. Go around there, kill more enemies, collect more stuff, alright? And I believe any area main missions, I don't think you can free roam there. Either that, or once you've collected absolutely everything in that area, will no longer give you the free roam option. I'm not sure which is which. I seem to recall being able to free... Yeah, here's free roam. Yeah, this is the main mission. Yeah, so some main missions you can't free roam back to. I believe that's because you've either got everything in those in that area, or it's part of a game, the section of the game that you've already completed and you moved on to another section of the game. I'll explain more about that in the walkthrough. There's kind of like 3 major sections in the game. Alright, so that's that. Let's teleport back to town. You can only abandon a mission while you're in town. So let's go back to the mission screen. Let's say you no longer want that mission active. Just click on the mission and click on abandon, and that will abandon that mission. And then you can move on to another mission. Alright? That's that. Weapons. Here's your list of weapons, okay? Here's all my swords, short blades, pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, heavy assault rifles such as like machine guns and whatnot, launchers, special projectile weapons, most of which sucked, and some special weapons such as like, you know, chainsaws and whatnot. Most of these suck too, I thought. Right? Now, here's your equip screen. You can access your equip screen by holding down the middle mouse button on the PC version and quickly switch to another. This is pretty standard, okay? But you can also go here to your equip screen and show all the weapons you have equipped. You have 8 weapon slots, alright? Hover over each weapon, you get like 3 different buttons here, okay? The first button here is to de-equip that slot. So this is slot number 1. So just click on that and now the slot is free to put any other weapon in. So just click on any other weapon, click on the plus sign and you equip that weapon, okay? Go to that weapon, hover over it, click on the minus sign and you unequip that weapon and that slot is now free to put any other weapon you want, alright? Next, the little magnifying glass. Let's go back to, like, I always keep slot number 1 for swords. Let's go back to the Blade of Exile. The magnifying glass is kind of like to get a close-up of the weapon, what's going on with the weapon. So click on that, and you're now in the kind of like upgrade screen where you can click on each weapon has 3 upgrade slots by default. All right, and each of these little dots here represents 1 upgrade. So click on that, you see what the upgrade is down there. All right, click on this, you see what the upgrade is down here. Click on this, you see the upgrade down there. Want to swap out an upgrade? You can do that anytime you like. Click on any one that has like this kind of like circular. Okay, so click on to select the upgrade. Click on that, and you can now swap out this upgrade for anything else. All right, so let's go, and like, if you want to get out of the screen, right click anywhere to go out of that screen. Okay, so Blade of Exile, let's say the upgrade here, we have Reckless Aspect, which gives plus 8.3% damage. Click on that. We want to swap it out for something else. Let's say for this, for example, click on the plus sign next to the upgrade. We have like all the upgrades that are compatible with that weapon are listed here. All right. Click on the plus sign, and now your Blade of Exile has the new upgrade. Swap these out anytime you like, right in the middle of combat even, alright? And the game will tell you which upgrades that the weapon is compatible with. And you don't have to have the weapon equipped to put upgrades on it. Even if it's not equipped, you can load it up with upgrades, alright? So all these weapons here have no upgrades in them. You can tell because, well, this one has 1 upgrade. But you can tell by these plus signs here, there's 3 slots and they're all plus signs. That means you can add an upgrade, any upgrade you like. Go there, click on the plus sign, and you've added an upgrade. Go there, click on the plus sign, and you've added an upgrade. Added an upgrade. If you want to take the upgrades out of the weapon, right click on the upgrade slot. Okay, right click, takes all the upgrades out. And that is about it for the weapons section. Upgrades. This is like, once you get deep in the game, it's like, you know, you get this massive list of upgrades here. They're categorized, alright? And all the weapon upgrades are here, but that doesn't mean these are the only upgrades you can add to weapons. This is just like a weapon upgrades category. You can also add fire mode upgrades to weapons, ammo upgrades to weapons, and elemental upgrades to weapons, depending on the weapon, okay? Most weapons will support all of these. Some will not support, like for example, the sword obviously will not support an ammo upgrade. And some upgrades will be limited to certain weapons. For example, detonator is limited to launchers. Right, so let's click on that, and you see the compatible weapons here are only launchers. Right, this allows you to remotely detonate a grenade or a rocket. So you click that, and you can attach it to, let's say, this guy here, Fujin. Right. What do we got here? Charge shot. Once again, this will apply only to certain weapons. Okay, so you see the list of weapons here. Click on the upgrade, and it'll tell you all the weapons that it's compatible with here. All right. So that's how you find out which weapons are compatible with which upgrades. Okay, so the first 4 categories here, those were all for weapons. Next one is armor upgrades. You're allowed 3 armor upgrades. If you want to click on another one and equip that, you have to swap out for one of the ones you have already equipped. And if you look through here, you see this little armor icon that indicates the ones that you've got equipped. Alright, plus you'll see a little minus sign beside the upgrade. Okay, so these are the 3 upgrades I have equipped right now. I'll get into the specifics about upgrades during the walkthrough. It's just way too much information. This is just basically, you know, the basics of how to equip it. Okay, so let's say you want to swap this guy out. So click on that, and then you have the choice of the upgrades you have selected and which ones you want to swap out. Click on that. You now have a new upgrade selected, and you get to use 3 at a time, no more. All right, that's that. Amulets give you special kind of bonuses. You're only allowed to wear 1 amulet at a time, and these are pretty kick-ass bonuses. So if you're like say a weapons master, for example, this is the Marksman's Soul upgrade. 30% damage pretty much to all your weapons, but there's a penalty. Alright, and I'll get more into that in the walkthrough. So once again, you can only equip 1 amulet upgrade at a time. So if I want to say dual wield assault rifles, I'm going to have to swap out for Marksman's Soul, and I no longer have the Marksman's Soul bonus, but now I can dual wield assault rifles. Or if I'm a melee master and I want 30% more melee damage at the expense of light firearms and heavy firearms damage, hook that up, swap that out, and now I have 30% more melee damage, but my gun damage is less. I can take a penalty here. Alright. Finally, power upgrades. You get to equip 3 power upgrades. Right? These all apply to your powers. And your powers are, they all use chi. Again, I got into that in the beginning. Did I explain that? Yeah, I hope I did. Yeah, the chi bar is the blue bar in the bottom left corner of the screen. That's your, like, the energy you use for powers. Alright, so back to upgrades here. You can choose 3 of these. So I have all my powers cost 17% less chi. Here my chi blast costs minus 14%. And same thing, chi blast costs minus 14%. And chi blast is a power. Alright, now let's say I want to swap out for another power upgrade. Click on the plus sign. Alright, and then I'll have to select one of these to swap it over, because you only have 3 activated at one time. Alright, so those are your power upgrades. Those are all your upgrades. Next to every upgrade, let's go back here. Let's go to the junk upgrades. So here, so you have this little garbage can icon. So any upgrade that is not equipped, you'll have that garbage can icon. That means you can junk it. Click on that, and it sends it to your junks list. Alright, so now I have like 3 in the junks list. And when you go to a vendor, you can sell all your junk in one shot. Okay, there's 2 vendors in town. Larry, right? Larry is to the right of your home base, Wang Cave, okay? And the other vendor, Hideo, just look for the 3 red balls here. Go up here and down here, hang a left here. And here's another vendor, okay? Go to the vendor, go to your sell junk screen, click on this icon right here, and it will sell all your junk. Right? That's how you can like quickly organize which stuff you want with regards to upgrades and which you don't want. Categorize it as junk, go to your vendor and sell it all, and it will sell all your junk. Or you could sell stuff individually. As long as it's not equipped, you could just sell it. So let's say I wanted to sell this, click on that, and it sells it. Sell, 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 sell. All right. And as you see if you see the money counter, there's your money. Okay. It's going up and up and up. All right. That is that. At your vendor, you can also buy upgrades. Okay. Here's all the list of upgrades you can buy. You can also buy weapons, skills, and you can do reset all your skill points, which is pretty expensive. And it's not a set amount. It gets more and more expensive as the game progresses. Alright. And I believe this, I've never actually used this, but I think if you want to reset all the inventory in the shop, let's just try this now. I've never actually used that. Okay, so Furious Heart is at the top. Let's go here. Spent 40,000. Oh, here we go. All gems in the shop will be restocked. Okay, so all the upgrades will be restocked. Click that. And didn't seem to work. No wonder I didn't use it. This was at the top earlier on. Furious Heart, Essence of Vigor, Spirit of Electricity. Those are the top 3 ones. If I'm resetting the shop, those should disappear. There we go, it finally worked. I got ripped off the first time. Okay, so now we have kind of sort of different ones. As you can see, we still have the Furious Heart available. Anyways, no, I rarely use that, but that's that. So reset the shop. Done and done. Next. Where were we? Weapons, upgrades, we did that. Junk, we did that. Skills. Here's your skills screen. Actually, before we do that, let's go over the HUD, the heads-up display in the game. Okay, I took the trouble to draw this up for you guys. Let's start with the Fury meter, that red circular meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. This comes online about halfway through the game, and you get this special temporary power that you can enable as long as that meter is full to give you extra damage on all your weapons and extra damage resistance. Okay, that's the Fury meter. Once again, that only comes online about halfway through the game. All right, next, the blue bar, that's your chi bar. That's your energy bar. All your powers such as chi blast, vanish, grip of darkness, stuff like that, these are special powers that you have which all use chi, and as long as you have enough chi, you can use those powers, and each power will use up a certain amount of chi, and you can vary that with various upgrades and whatnot to make the power cheaper. All right, next, the green bar obviously is your health bar. All right, and finally, XP in this game is called karma. All right, where's your XP bar? It's that circular, not circular, but like S-shaped squiggly thing in the bottom right corner that's kind of like wrapping around your weapons. And the XP progress is the center of this line. You see, like there's kind of like an orangey yellow line. It's about half full now. It's right in between the two weapons, if you see that bar there. Okay, when that fills all the way up to the dragon's head, like the red dragon's head at the end, that your XP bar is then full, and when that fills up, you get a skill point. All right, so that's the XP bar. XP is karma. It's called karma in this game. So that's this game version of karma. And when that XP bar fills up, every time it fills up, you gain a skill point. And that's not the only way you can gain skill points in this game. You can also gain skill points by completing missions. In fact, you probably get most of your skill points by completing missions, right? But you do gain a skill point every time you level up with your karma, all right? And here's a list of all the skills that you have. Some of them you can buy, some of them you can find, and some of them are awarded to you by default or awarded to you by completing missions, all right? So here's all your life skills. I'm going to go through this in the walkthrough. There's just too many details here, okay? And when you have skill points, you see I have one available skill point. You click on this thing here to apply the skill point to that particular skill. So let's say, for example, I want to applies skill point to sting. So here's the sting skill tree. Level 2, more sting damage. Level 3, more sting range, etc., etc. So you have to like get level 2 to get level 3. You have to get level 3 to get level 4, and it progresses up. So let's click on here, and this will give me level 2 sting. There we go. So now we can get level 3. That will cost 1 skill point. Level 4 will cost 2 skill points, and level 5 will cost 2 skill points. So that's the way that works. And like that, you create yourself a character build. That plus the upgrades that you have applied to your weapons, you create a character build. And there's a lot of things, a lot of options really, to do with this game. Yeah, a lot of different builds that you can create, and I'll go into that in the walkthrough, like I said. So that's skills. The player screen, this is basically an overview of everything that you have applied so far. So if you want an overview of everything that you got going on, all your armor upgrades, amulet upgrades, power upgrades, you can see it all here. And the effects of everything is shown here. Alright, so if you want an overview of all that, that's on your player screen. Wanglopedia, if you want like some how to say sparse information, it's not really that great. Go to the Wanglopedia, and it's got everything: weapons, enemies, all your mission chats are stored here. All like the dialogue that you have with the various characters are stored here, if that's an option. All right. Some basic hints about stuff. This like I said is pretty paltry. You know, it just gives you like these quick, just basically what they tell you in pop-ups during the game if you have hints enabled. I mean, it's not really that great, but if you want a quick review of everything, of all the hints that you got during the game, it's here. All right, and you can turn on hints by going here and here. So you can enable hints like that. Okay, turn it on and off. So if you want hints popping up during the game, turn that on. If you don't want that, turn it off. And you can go to the Wanglopedia to see all the hints that were thrown at you so far. This I didn't really pay much attention to. It's just story. You pick these up during the game, and it tells you, stuff about what's going on in, in the game. That's mostly story. And finally, cookies. These fortune cookies. These are right. You pick these up during the game, and they're just kind of like little hilarious blurbs. And that is that. Back to upgrades. Something I forgot to tell you. You can sort the upgrades here. It's not that great. You can sort them by they're color coded, just like Borderlands. So like orange is the best, yellow is the second best, blue is like the third best, and white is down at the bottom. Alright, so you can sort them like that, or you can sort them by level. They're all like also identified by level. So this is level 66, this is level 65, level 58, for example. So you can also organize them by level. That's the level organizer. So now all the top level upgrades are at the top, and the lowest ones are at the bottom. Alright, so that's the sort button there. Skills we did, player we did, Wanglopedia we did. Settings. This is all the settings available to you. You can turn on and off subtitles. Hints, I talked about that. Use the attack button to pick up stuff. If you want to auto change your weapon as soon as it empties out, turn on auto change. I didn't like that, so I turned it off. Melee steering, this is for melee attacking, for special attacks. I put it on advanced so that there was no helper. But if you want here, I think if you just hover over this, it will tell you what it's all about here. There we go. So there, you see in the bottom left corner, it tells you exactly what those were all about. Basically how the game handles melee weapons. Control hints, you can turn that on or off. I turned it off. Show damage. This is great actually. In the game, Let's go to a mission. This helps a lot. Let's go to not Heisenberg. The game's gonna crash. Let's start this one again. Hope the game doesn't crash. Okay, come on, baby. Load me up. Load me up, sweetheart. Here's a good game. Atta boy. Into the game we go. Now, enemy information. Point at any enemy, and it will tell you what the enemy is and what type of enemy. Some enemies are like kind of like superior or elite enemies. Let me just dude. Let me just see if I can find a bigger enemy here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you can see that tells you the resistances and the weaknesses. Okay, so she's vulnerable to toxic, and she's immune to powers. Right, so that's enemy information. You can turn that on or off if you like. There we go. See that? Yeah, you can turn that on or off in the settings. So go to Game, HUD, Show Enemy Information. You have all these different settings too. You can completely disable it, show the health bar only, show the health bar with name, basic information, or all information. It's give you a lot of options with that. I really love that. And the HUD can be turned on or off completely. So let's turn that all off. Show damage. Turn everything off. And there you go. No HUD. Only enemy information. Or rather, mission information. Alright, so let's just turn her back on the way I likes her. Show damage, all information, show HUD, and more options here with the mini map and whatnot. Actually, I didn't turn everything off. Let's just turn everything off just for posterity. Disabled, show HUD. Oh, it does turning everything off. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, here we go. Mission goals. Sorry, I didn't mess around with this. But you can turn everything off. Okay, let's check this out. Oh, there we go. Completely HUDless. Great. Genuine, too. Not like, you know, sorry to say Far Cry 3 where they say you can turn off everything, but you can never get rid of the mission information. Yeah, completely HUDless. That's great. First time I try that. Alright. Okay, so we're out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Just want to get to a nice quiet place so we can teleport. Okay, bail out. And I believe that covers everything. Yeah, we did everything. So that's it. Obviously, I can't cover every last detail about the game. That would take way too long. And I'll cover that in the walkthrough. But that's the basics of how to play Shadow Warrior 2. Got any questions? Post a comment in the comment section, and that is it. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and the complete walkthrough of this game, a real walkthrough, is coming up very shortly, probably tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, very, very shortly. I'm working on it right now, like today. Alright, so that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next video. And if you thought this video was remotely entertaining and or informative, hey, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, and favorite my video, and post a comment, and subscribe to my channel to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, my name is Major Slack, and I will see you next video.